So, you've decided to start a business. Well, hang on a little bit. Before you start this business, let's examine a few reasons of why you're doing this. Are you doing this because you know how to do what you're doing at work and you think you could do it better? You know, you see that your boss gets 100 for every 20 you take and you want to keep the whole 100. Is that the reason? May not be the right reason to start, so let's examine that for a minute. Starting a business is a lifelong endeavor. Every one of us is an entrepreneur inside, and I have this saying that I say, especially if you're an American and you're listening to this, I really sincerely believe entrepreneurs born anywhere in the world, me included, are American. By nature, here's why. Sounds silly, but the word entrepreneur has 12 letters. The word American has 8 letters. 9 from the word entrepreneur are in the word American. Coincidence? Not if you consider the missing 3 are P-U-T. So we're tasked with putting the entrepreneur in the word American. So I'm going to encourage you to start a business. But what I'm also going to encourage you is to examine the reason you're starting the business you're about to start. Do you have passion for it? Will that passion be there a week from today, a month from today, a year from today, 30 years from today? If the answer is yes, go ahead and get started. Don't worry about all the other details. I'm going to show them to you in these videos, talk to you a lot about, guide you through them. You're welcome to listen to all the videos at once, come back and refer to them all the time. They're here for you so you can use them as a constant resource. But I want you to ask yourself, is there passion? The reason for passion is at first there's not going to be the second P. There's 4 P's I'm going to talk about. Passion, profitability, planning, or pitfalls and planning. If we take all these 4, then we can have a business. And I'll intertwine them. You know, they should come in with passion, plan, pitfalls, profitability if you really want to lay them correctly. But I mix them because that's how business is. Things get mixed. They don't get organized. Now, it's your job to organize them. It's your job to systematize them. And that's how you get paid and make some money. But mainly, it should be something that you have passion for, okay? If you woke up every day doing what you're doing and money was not an object, would you still be doing it? If you had inherited $20 million, would you still do what you're about to open up? If the answer is yes, go ahead and do it. If the answer is no, well, you can do it, but all you're going to do is be trading a job with someone else for a job for yourself. And that's not a bad idea, but you really would do much better to examine your soul and say, do I have passion for what I'm about to do? So passion, passion, passion. I know it sounds corny, but I'm very passionate about what I do. I like seeing small businesses started. I get an absolute kick out of watching someone succeed. And I've done that for years. I chaired the Small Business Advisory Committee at our local college when I was a kid. I had videos that would broadcast on the local Cox cable station. They broadcasted them for 5 years. If you go to my YouTube channels and fumble around a little bit, you'll actually find the original video. I copied it. It's a 5-minute video. It ran for 5 years. So I have a lot of passion for this. I don't really care whether I make money or not. The money naturally comes, okay? People will pay you for your talent, but they also want to know that you're passionate, okay? Do you think the top baseball players just kind of saunter on the field? Or are they so passionate that the field appearance is just an extension of what's going to happen that day? So passion, passion, passion. I can't say it enough. Pitfalls. I'm not really big on pitfalls. As a matter of fact, I consider myself the best stupid entrepreneur that ever existed. And that's a good thing for you. I don't want you writing all the pitfalls. I know people that are so much smarter than me that when I tell them my idea, the first thing they do, and fortunately I tell them that only after I get started, because all they do is all the reasons it can fail. And I go, I didn't think about that. Oh, well, now that I'm open, I gotta keep it going. And generally I keep it going, and we enjoy what happens as a result of it. But the really smart people, which I like not to put myself in that category, the really smart people that can overanalyze everything, I go with passion, okay? So the first P is more important than the second P. Pitfalls, you know, I mean, if you think you're gonna drive off of a cliff, for God's sake, don't go off the cliff, steer around it, okay? But if there's a giant, you know, crater, you gotta figure a way to cross it, and that's what happens. Could it be nicer if the crater wasn't there? Yeah, that's fine, but it's gonna be a distraction. It's gonna, and anything that makes you, that doesn't kill you, they say, only makes you better. Profitability. It's kind of the key of what you want to do. No matter how passionate you are, no matter how many pitfalls you can overcome, you gotta have some profitability in the picture. Being in business for yourself is about working, I used to say, working 16 hours for yourself so you can get paid for 8 hours. But they ought to be at least profitable 8 hours. So make sure you build profitability in the picture. Charge for your services. You know, when we start, we're like, oh, I used to do this for my friends all the time. I create websites for them. I get their websites ranked on Google. Well, this is how I put food on my table. This is how I pay the gas bill. So I've got to charge for my services now. So the same thing with you. Whatever it is, the service you're going to do, price it, get paid for it, create a profitability picture. And I'm going to talk at length in other parts of this series about how you price things, where you position yourself. I'm not a fan of one fits all, one size fits all. You can choose. There's ways to create pricing, and I'll talk about that. I'm not going to divert my attention to that. And finally, planning. Why did I put it last? Well, because that's one of my weaknesses. But guess what? You could probably overcome that by planning first. I personally fire, ready, aim, okay? And then I fix things as I go along, and then when I finally get them to where they're really where I want them, I love them. I will tell you this much, one of my best plans ever was when I opened up my first automotive store, which became Auto Accents. And if you want to know a little bit about that, go to autoaccents.com. The website is still up and it still gets about 5,000 visits a month. And the phone numbers are still good, and they actually go to 2 competitors. I handed the phone numbers to 2 competitors after we closed back in 2003. Anyway, planning. I created this plan. There's a form from the SBA, and I'm actually going to try at some point to get a copy of that form and splash it, or at least put the phone number on the video, so look for it below me. Not the phone number, the actual form number. Get it, fill it out by hand. Do not put it in a spreadsheet. I actually made a spreadsheet out of it, and somehow when you fill it out by pencil, it's better. My first company, I opened it up with a plan of doing 6,000 the first month, January of 1984, 6,000 the second month, and 6,000 the third month. We did 2,900 the first month. We did 3,100 the second month. So my back was to the wall. I was already 6,000 short. So now I revised all my plans, and I said, if I don't hit 10,000, we're going to go out of business. We did $10,400. So whatever you plan and you put in your head and you follow and you track, some miracles happen in the universe. In my world, it's God basically is answering your prayer. God bless you. I hope you're enjoying these. This series is brought to you from my company, Kaboom Pages. My credentials are 25 years of running a chain of small businesses. I started out with $100. I'm immigrant, if you can tell from the accent. I came here at age 16, done reasonably well. I like to think what I have to say is useful, and I'd love to encourage entrepreneurship. Please be sure to comment. Let me know if this series is helping you any. If you're seeing this on YouTube, generally there's a subscribe button above me. Go ahead and feel free to subscribe. That way I can keep communicating with you. If not, somewhere around the page there's a link that takes you back to one of our sites, or just go to kaboompages.com and leave me a comment. My way of giving to you is spending the time to create these videos. Your way of giving back would be to please forward it to a few people so we can spread this message. God bless you. I hope you succeed and kick butt, because entrepreneurs are the best people. Yes, I am partial. I've been one my whole life. And if it is to be, it's up to me. That's what an entrepreneur is all about. Those who say it can't be done are usually interrupted by us, the entrepreneur, doing it. God bless you.